Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a hidden force that's either costing you a fortune or paying you massive dividends every single day. We're talking about trust, and we're going to break down how it secretly runs the economics of your entire life. So let me ask you this. What if you're paying a tax that you don't even know exists? Seriously, in your job, in your relationships, you are very likely paying a huge hidden tax. And no, it's not income tax or sales tax. It's something that just quietly drains your time, your money, and your energy, often without you even noticing. It's called the trust tax. And here's how it works. When trust is low, everything you do gets taxed. Every conversation, every project, every single transaction. It all takes longer and it all costs more. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Double-checking someone else's work, writing those long cover-your-back emails, dealing with endless red tape. Yep, that's all a tax you pay for a lack of trust.
And the scary part is, this tax is getting higher. Trust in society is, well, it's taking a nosedive. In the US, only about a third of us think other people can be trusted. And look at Great Britain. That number has been chopped in half in just a few decades. This isn't just some vague feeling in the air. This has a real, tangible economic impact on all of us.
Okay, but here's the good news. It's not all doom and gloom. Because just as low trust slaps you with a tax, high trust pays you a dividend. A massive quantifiable dividend. This is the hidden variable that can speed everything up, basically turning that painful tax into a huge bonus. And the formula is just beautifully simple. When trust goes up, speed goes up with it, and costs come way down. But when trust goes down, speed just grinds to a halt, and costs go through the roof. It's a performance multiplier that works absolutely everywhere, from a multi-billion-dollar merger to just trying to get a project done with a coworker.
Let me give you a perfect little story. There was this donut vendor in New York who always had these long lines, and the bottleneck was making change. So he tried something that sounds kind of crazy. He just put a basket of cash out and trusted his customers to make their own change. And you know what happened? His customers were honest. They even left bigger tips. And he could serve people twice as fast. He doubled his revenue. That right there is the trust dividend in action. So how do we get this high trust advantage for ourselves? Well, it all starts with you, with your personal credibility. And it's not some vague, fuzzy quality. It's actually built on 4 really distinct, solid pillars, or cores.
All right, let's break them down. First up, integrity. Basically, are you honest? Do you walk your talk? Then comes intent. This is about your motive. Are you looking for a win-win, or are you just in it for yourself? Next, you need capabilities. Do you actually have the skills and talent to get the job done? And finally, results. What's your track record? You just can't fake results. To be truly credible, you absolutely need all 4.
But here's the thing, just having those 4 cores isn't enough. It's kind of like having a supercar that you just keep in the garage. Trust is only built when you put that credibility into action through things people can actually see. At the end of the day, what you do matters so much more than what you say. And here are some of the most crucial behaviors. Talking straight is just telling the truth, being direct and honest. Demonstrating respect is about genuinely caring for other people. Creating transparency is about being open and real, not hiding things. Righting wrongs means fixing your mistakes, not covering them up. And keeping commitments, this might just be the fastest way to build trust there is. Think of these as making deposits in your trust accounts with other people. And if you want a huge, real-world example of righting wrongs, just look at the famous Tylenol case. When they were faced with a horrible crisis, Johnson & Johnson made a choice. They pulled 31 million bottles from the shelves, which cost them over $100 million. It was a massive short-term loss, but by putting public safety first, they turned a potential catastrophe into one of the greatest stories of building public trust in history. Okay, so we've worked on our own credibility, we're practicing the right behaviors, but the crucial point is this: the greatest leverage comes when you flip the switch. When you go from trying so hard to be trusted to actively choosing to extend trust to others.
And this brings us to a final, really important question for you to think about. What's your default setting? Do you trust people first until they give you a reason not to? Or do you make people earn your trust from square one? Your answer to that question has a huge impact on the speed and the cost of everything in your life.
And this quote from Jim Burke, yep, the same CEO who led Johnson & Johnson through that Tylenol crisis, it just says it all, doesn't it? Extending trust isn't about being naive or some blind optimist.
It's a strategic, powerful choice. It's a choice that unlocks potential in other people, and it creates the kind of speed we all need to really thrive.